Cari amici sportivi, here we are live post game therapy session. We got California, Montreal, Saudi Arabia, Long Island, Andre from Russia, the motherland, and he's just giving us his voice right now, guys. But welcome everybody. Um, 1-0 win, 3 points in the bag. Maybe not the best of performances we've seen all year, but 3 points nonetheless. I'm gonna start. Let me get your feeling. By the way, guys, there was a little bit of heat. There was a little bit of heat in before we got on to this live podcast. That Tommy, he's got a problem with Beckham jersey for Rock Nation, hasn't he? Tommy, you have no problem with Rock Nation, hasn't he? You're just not appreciative of the jersey. Is that it?
I don't like Beckham.
Please explain. Please.
Si è riempito le tasche at an old age. Came to Milan.
Okay.
That's what he
So,
did.
but Rock Nation, doesn't he? You have no problem with him, right?
Si sa che il Milan aveva bisogno di Beckham, che se il Milan teneva bisogno di Beckham, ma voglio tu.
Okay. So,
Milan ha vinto le coppe without Beckham. We didn't need Beckham. Capello, that's why Capello, last year he was at Real Madrid. After the season, he put him on the bench.
okay.
There you go.
Okay. So let's get this game started. Gio, you're there. Tommy and I looked at your jersey. We thought it was from the 90s. It's actually from 2000, you were saying, but always sporting the nice jerseys. Talk to us about what did you think about this whole game and how it went down?
It was like a snooze fest, Vinny. Man, at the beginning of the game, I was like, "Oh, here we go again." Man, Milan can't just make it easy, man. Like I would, on Saturday, I went to go meet up my first meetup with Milan Club SoCal. It was a good turnout and everything like that, so that was cool. But we always, like between all of us, we say like we never make it easy. We go up 2-0, then we come back, and today it was just like the first 5 minutes they were all over us. We get the goal and we just basically sat back. It was snoozing. I needed some coffee during the game.
It was kind of a snooze fest. Tommy, what do you say to these kind of games where,
But if
okay,
me, I need the three. Me, I want the three. I don't care. Me, I want the 3 points. I don't
but
care if you park the bus. I don't care if it's an
but
autogol. A me ne frego. It used to be. This is like the game that you used to see Capello play in the between
Jesus.
1991 all the way down to 1995. Capello wasn't until 96. Capello wasn't a guy that would give you a spectacle. Capello was a guy that used to bring you on the field and he made you win his scudetti. And it wasn't a spectacle. It wasn't Sacchi's era because Sacchi had a different mentality. Sacchi was the mentality was
So,
spectacular and vincere. Capello instead, it was just winning,
so you're
winning at
not
all costs,
for you
and he
looking
did.
at this game. You're not worried at all. It's like, okay, we got the 3 points and away we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Si,
No, you're
si vince il
entitled to that.
campionato aspetta, si vincono i campionati rubacchiando punti. That's what you got to do. What is it? Better like Juventus that is up by the referees.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus.
that's better.
Okay.
La franga di stronzi
This is a
che
Milan weekly podcast, Tommy.
ogni domenica, ogni sabato la stessa cazzo di cosa. Quando perdono al 90esimo ci sta un rigore.
Okay. Let's talk about the Milan Torino game. Rock Nation Husley, I'm gonna go to you, even though Tommy shot talk your jersey. I was watching the game on YouTube there in Saudi Arabia, and how did you feel watching this game?
Yeah, well, of course, being on YouTube, it's you could say it's a little more comfortable. I mean, easier just to switch on to YouTube and just find the stream. So and it's fully legal. So I fully appreciate that. And of course, it's slightly improving my Arabic. So that's another plus. In terms of the games, I'm surprised at the amount of long balls that we played. I know for us, we tried to get it out of our half and just kick it away. But I'm surprised that even Torino were doing the same thing. So I found that quite funny. But I agree with Tommy. As another plus is that, think of it this way. We're a quarter way of the league done and we're unbeaten. Who wouldn't take that sort of set that sort of record, that sort of points, regardless of the performance? I mean, it would have been so easy to go back to the 2-0 mauling by Spezia last season. We play poor and then we concede 2 goals and we have no way to get out of it. So I mean, credit to the team. We got 3 points. However, we chose to do it. The ends justifies the means.
I like your take on that one. Fabio from Long Island, you went from water to Stella. Guys, Fabio is allowed not to be in the garage anymore. He's allowed to be in the living room. How was? What did you watch it on Paramount Plus over there, Fabio?
I watched it on Paramount Plus on the big screen TV. I actually had to start the game in the car because I just came back from Chicago today, but came back in time. Got my Milan podcast shirt on, and you know what? It was an unpleasant game for most of the game. I mean, it was good we scored in the beginning, but a lot of bad performances today. I think it's them playing so frequently. It's only 3 days since we played again. And I just think they're getting tired, a lot of these guys. And honestly, like when you talk top, flop, all this other stuff, oh man, a lot of people didn't look great. I'd say Tonali looked good, but he only played a half. The goalie, Tatarusanu Tiramisu, looked pretty good, but everybody else, all that matters, like Tommy said, 3 points. We need 3 points, and this is what, Vinny, the third ugly game in a row. I mean, last week wasn't that great, but at least we won 4-2. But 3 ugly games in a row. This is how you win the Scudetto. Sometimes it's not going to be beautiful. You just got to get the 3 points. And 1-0 could have been a game we would have tied 0-0. And with a couple of their chances at the end, it looked like it could have been 1-1. So let's take the 3 points and look forward now.
Like Juventus plays nice games, huh?
Okay, here we go. Because Andre,
but they play 12 on 11 all the time.
Okay, because Andre came in like a couple of times. We're gonna go with the. Hold on, no, because you know what, we discovered this yesterday, guys. Not that Presidente told us, to make sure that we have. Adesso della Russia. Andre, are you with us? Can you hear us? Are we all good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me, Instant?
We can hear you, buddy. And
Okay.
how about in the motherland in Russia? How did you guys take this game? Are you feeling the same kind of frustrations as us, or hey, we got the 3 points and that's all that matters?
That's my point of view. Honestly, I think we haven't do those times. I have actually no malice, and AC Milan play 3 points as 3 points, as Fabio said. We have been losing our form. I guess it's just temporary because every team has ups and downs. And I don't know what's the purely preparation for the season, but it looks like we have some downs now. And we are very good that we are keeping getting those 3 valuable points to our on our table. We are unbeaten yet, guys. What else you want, actually?
It's a good point. And Andre, just out of curiosity, in Russia, if I'm assuming you're still there, where is it to be able to watch Serie A? Do you have to stream online, or is it on regular TV?
Okay, we have regular TV. We have same like Bein Sports, Sky Sports. The number of football channels. One of them is free, another one is prepaid. But sometimes, for example, the last game they broadcasted Milan, not this game against Bologna. They broadcasted on a national channel, so everybody could watch it. And today, the subscription, I have 200 channels. 15 of them are football channels. I'm just paying $15 for it per month, which is quite cheap,
It's at least you're able to watch, and that's what's important. And you know what? Since it's a hit, guys, let's take it over to Gio. I'm gonna put La Trompetta for Tommy. Gio, give me your who impressed you most in the match, and who was your biggest disappointment?
Tonali impressed. Man of the match goes to Tatarusanu. He had that one-on-one, and he saved it. He saved us a couple of times. Even that one, like near the end, where somebody got a header on it when they had the free kick, and then because I was going in, but he had that reaction, and I don't know.
So Tatarusanu for
that's
you,
my guy.
Tatarusanu was your man of the match.
Guy, but man of the match. He saved us the points. Sanabria was in on goal.
Guys,
I
guys,
don't know
we
what's.
have EJ from Sweden here as a first time. EJ, welcome, welcome. We're gonna get to you. Look at it. He's got wearing the Milan. So Gio, you tiramisu was your man of the match, and how about your flop of the
Tiramisu.
match?
Oh man, flop Bakayoko, man. He he made me nervous, Vinny. I don't know what's
He
going
made a
on.
lot of
Get your
people
stuff
nervous on
together,
that one.
Bakayoko. Start eating that pasta. Start getting that body right, man. Stop playing, man. We're gonna need you for like 2 to 3 games. They're saying for the Afcon. We're gonna need you. You and Donali gotta make that partnership so we don't lose this stride. He was a flop to me. He looked lost. He doesn't look like that first time Bakayoko.
That's true, and we have to wait 6 games for him to actually see the Bakayoko. But guys, aspettate un momento. Adesso andiamo a Tommy. Tommy diretto del Montreal. Look at Tommy. He looks so enthusiastic right now. Look at his face. Tommy, how about your top and flop of the match? Who was your top player of the match?
Refletta a me, the top for me is Pioli, il grande allenatore che è venuto al Milan, che ha preso una squadra che stava andando soltanto in declino e li ha portati al numero uno.
Tommy,
But
you know
that
nobody
you
speaks
have to,
Italian here. Huh?
you
Okay.
have to give him credit. You have to give Pioli credit. Credit. The man has done the impossible with this team. I am telling you, yes, Ibra came in, he gave us big hope, big thing. Me, if it was up to me, Ibra giocherebbe fino a 50 anni col Milan. I would renew his contract automatically until 50 years old. But Ibra is il perno del Milan. Però you have to give what's given. Signor Pioli sta facendo miracoli. Sia lodato, signor Pioli.
I gotta give you that one, but how about your flop of the match? Do you have any flops of the match today, Tommy?
Flop of the match. Beh, the guy Bakayoko, I don't know che cazzo è venuto a fare al Milan. Era meglio dove cazzo stava prima al Napoli. Va. È venuto al Milan. This guy his second stand around, believe it to me, you guys. If the guy doesn't bring up his style of playing in another 3-4 games, he's gonna be the flop of the year. Never mind the flop of the game.
All right, so Tommy has said his piece, and you know what? This is gonna be just. Let's talk it over to Rock Nation Husney, and for anybody that you guys are listening, have no idea what the sound is. This is La Giostra del Gol.
La giostra dei gol sulla Rai.
When they would interrupt the game you're watching to take you to a goal of Verona versus Cagliari while you're watching Milan Inter. But you gotta love that one. Rock Nation Husney, how about your top and the flops of the match? Anything come to mind?
Well, I do want to give the top. Maybe you wouldn't say he's the best player, but like a really special mention to Tatarusanu. Everyone's been harsh on him, I think, but it shows that in the Serie A games, you need a keeper who's just above a certain mark to be okay in your team, and not to concede. So I think some fans were a bit unfair on him. In the first half, I would have to say is that Kessie, I was a bit confused whether Pobega or Kessie was better. There were moments where I thought Pobega was even better than Kessie in the midfield. But gradually, I saw that Kessie was starting to improve a bit more to show that Kessie is, of course, at a higher level, which is understandable because he just has more experience. Then also another special mention to Tonali. I thought Tonali had a good game, but yeah, indeed, he might look a bit tired. There's a lot of games to play. And in terms of a flop or someone who did disappoint me quite a bit was, yes, Bakayoko. I don't get this guy, and I was generally worried when he came. Is that we are bringing him back for a nostalgic reason because we remember a time where he played decent, but he played decent in a banter level team. So this is the mistake that I think maybe management might have made because everyone now is better. We're a Champions League team now, so bringing Bakayoko into a Champions League team, how does he compare? Everyone can see it. And another thing is that Salmakers. He also really needs to step it up. Ever since he signed the contract, I don't know where he's been.
I know, and you know what?
Tu Salemaker mi sta proprio rompendo le palle.
To Fuji's and Funyan, you know what I would like to do? I would like when Tommy speaks Italian, Rock Nation Husney translates to whatever he seems to understand. We're gonna get the subtitles from over there, but good picks there. Fabio, you're gonna get it as well. Let's take it over to Fabio from Long Island. Fabio, how about your tops and the flops of the match? You want to unmute yourself? Well, we got a problem. Hold on a sec. Unmute? No, we can't hear you. I'm gonna have to take it over to EJ from Sweden. Poor guy's been waiting. Fix your issues. Hello. Can we hear you?
Hello? Hello?
Okay, you know what, Fabio, you're gonna stay there. EJ, welcome.
Yeah,
Your first ever time on
yeah.
a group therapy session. Welcome. And what time is it in Sweden right now?
It is currently 11:42 in the
Eleven
evening.
forty-two. It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
But how about yourself, the people of Sweden? How did you take this game? Maybe your tops and flops of the match.
Yeah, like everybody's mentioned, it's really an ugly game. But it's the wins that these are the type of wins that we need to get if we want to win the Scudetto at the end of the year. We are definitely feeling the absence of a lot of our key players like Magnan. It's good to have Hernandez back, and hopefully we also get Brahim back on good form next week. But it's good that Liao was able to hold the fort a bit from his side of things. And I guess for me, the main top is still Giroud. I mean, he did his role in terms of holding the ball up, got even a goal for that. And for me, the main flop really is Salamakers. I mean, Mr. Salchicha Maker is really not really cutting it for us as a starter. He's a good depth player, but definitely not a starter quality if we want to be like a Scudetto caliber Milan side.
No, I love how EG from Sweden is saying the sausage maker, and I think it's been we love him as a character, as a player, but he's not been up to what we're expecting him to do. Fabio, you know what? Let me give it to you again. Maybe it's gonna help you.
You hear me now?
Now we can hear you. Now we can hear Fabio.
Finalmente. All right.
Tops
So
and flops. What do you got?
tops, 100%. I think it's got to be Tatarusanu. I think Tonali had a great first half, but you didn't play the whole game. I can't. It's hard giving him the top. And the flop is Salad Maker. And I think, thank God, my microphone works because we got to talk about what the hell is going on with the right side of our attack. It is terrible. I don't know why we signed this guy. We gave him money and he stopped playing. And maybe we should put the jersey for his country underneath the Milan jersey. That's the only time he plays well. I don't understand what's going on with this guy. We have nothing on the right side. And I mean, Casillero, one time he's a miracle worker. Next game he gets hurt, and that's it. Who else do we have? Nobody. January, we need to buy somebody.
We have Messias. What are you talking
Messias.
about?
Who's that? Who's that guy? That guy that almost cost us that one game? Come on, we need somebody better. And I mean, he's definitely the flop. I can't say enough about Salamanca. I don't know what's happened to this guy. I got to find out who's his girlfriend, what he's doing out at night. He better be home sleeping because I don't know what the hell he's doing, but he's not in form. Ibrahimovic needs to grab him by the neck, shake his head around, and say, "You play like."
Now you cut off again. You're getting too excited. Your microphone is cutting you off.
I'm on live off the normal mic. Zlatan needs to grab him by the neck, string him around a little bit, and say, "Listen, you better pay attention, you idiot. Every time you're out on the field, it seems like every time you start running around, you lose the ball. You have no creativity." I mean, we need somebody on the right side. And at this point, I don't give a shit who it is. Move Leao over there. Play two strikers. Let's change the formation. But if you're going to keep running out this guy, there's only going to be so much we can take. And who's the backup to Salad Maker right now? Huh? Who?
Messias.
Messias is not even healthy. He's still enclosed, isn't he?
Un giocatore di Serie C.
Okay, relax. Andre is back, Andre, and I want to give a shout out to Sija, a Juventus fan, on the comment saying Milan are getting these ugly wins.
He's on the wrong podcast. Che non mi rompete le palle.
Can you listen to his comment? He's saying they're the top contenders to win the Scudetto. Pioli should be applauded.
No, siamo la migliore squadra al mondo, Totò. In Italia nessuno ha vinto Scudetto, nessuno ha vinto le coppe come il Milan.
EJ, do you understand Italian?
From the instructions of like pasta and stuff like that, yes.
Okay. So,
but
just follow around with Tommy. Just go with his sign language. You're gonna understand. But Andre, I'm gonna ask you. How about your tops and flops of the match?
There were so many flops today. I can be easily pick up the worst one. which is I totally agree. Bakayoko is well, this guy is terrible, and the answer is look like because Gio said he played. Gio said he played some decent games. Gio. I know it's what Hasni said, but he played with no system, and we had no system playing Gattuso. That's why he looked more or less decent. But when he comes up with a proper system established by Pioli, when each player has his roles and should be very mobile, but now he's totally getting lost. And well, the top for me, Tatarusano, I don't know. He looks weird for me, honestly. It looks like he smokes a couple of weeds before starting the game. That's because mimics are showing to me, because Romanians are Romanians. You should better know them.
Hey, but
So
he got us. He got us a good performance. But it looks like you're in favor with everybody's, like with the tops and the flops, especially
nah,
with the flops.
top for me is Tomori. Honestly, I
Okay.
really enjoy this guy. Really enjoy. I keep saying this is one of the best defenders now. Honestly, it doesn't matter how he did in the Champions League. Actually, he didn't suck in the Champions League. He did well against Liverpool. He's one of the top defenders now in Europe. Surely.
Thank you very much, Andre. And David saying, love to see a Swedish human here. To you, EJ. This channel has so much potential to grow. To you, huge YouTube channel. The right wing in Milan is our weak point for sure, but their role is to work hard in the system we play. But we need a player. We need a player in there before. Gio, we just got the 3 points. I know we have games tomorrow. I know we have Napoli on Thursday, but Sunday's the game against Roma. They just came off a tie. What do you predict against Roma? Hold on. You know what? You deserve it. Let's take it over to Gio in California. Gio in California. I'm going to use this audio every single time I go to a different spot in the world. But Gio, the results coming and Sunday's game. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, Vinny. We're getting healthy. But you know what? The only negative I have on Pioli today is, man, Diego was walking all over. He had a couple bursts of speeds and all that, but man, he just needs to take care of the players like he's taking care of Tonali, because he's been taking them off lately, 5 minutes after halftime or at halftime, which is good. But I'm ready, man. Mourinho, he's already losing the locker room, throwing his players under the bus, saying that he's basically playing with trash. He's playing with trash, and that he can't substitute players and all this stuff, man. But yeah, right wing, please, in January. You know what, Vinny? I told you in Husney, I wanted that guy that went to Ajax, Damati. He was only bought for 14 million. I think we need the same style player of a Leao on right wing. Strong, pacey. Because that's what we miss in the Champions League. If you looked at Porto, they had so many fast players. We couldn't move the ball out the right wing because Salad is like 60 pace, man. He couldn't even get out.
Hold on.
So I want a right winger with pace and technique
Wait your
to
time,
suit the
Tommy.
league.
And Tommy, you gotta wait your time because right now andiamo a Montreal direttamente. Andiamo a Montreal. Montreal, Tommy. How about you, Tommy? What are you expecting
well,
in the next game?
I don't want to talk about this.
I'm
I'm
not even
talking
gonna ask you
about
questions. Go ahead, talk.
I'm going to talk about the Champions League. È una vergogna. È una vergogna. Milan right now should have had 5 points. They were robbed. They were robbed against Liverpool by the ref. They were robbed by Athletic Madrid by the ref. And again, against Porto, they were robbed. Again, they were robbed. Milan should have had 5 points right now. They would have tied with Liverpool. They would have won con Atletico Madrid. They could have tied with Porto. They should have had 5 points. But of course, la UEFA, la UEFA, una cosa di merda, sempre contro il Milan.
Okay,
Tommy, Milan. If I were in Milan, you know what? I would boycott this thing. Mi faccio mettere fuori dalla Champions League, me ne frega niente della Champions League, vado a vincere lo scudetto.
Okay,
e l'anno prossimo, when I'm going to come back to Champions League, not only am I going to win lo scudetto, but I'm going to win even the Champions League.
Okay, Tommy, let's talk about the next coming games. The everybody's playing Napoli, Juventus. About us against Roma on Sunday. What do you expect? Are you going to come and join us maybe on
La
Sunday?
Roma, la Roma, la Roma, la Roma. La Roma is already una squadra pazza. La Roma. They could do a big game against Juventus and go lose against La Salernitana. That's La Roma for you. And Mourinho, he's a great coach, but he doesn't have a team. Unfortunately, that's the
And
that's
he's
the
not going
thing.
to be there, right? He got a red card,
Yeah.
and he's not going to be there.
Spalletti, un altro stronzo, this guy. The guy that want to solely destroy Totti, ma siamo pazzi. That guy was la bandiera della Roma. You want to destroy him. And look what kind of reception he got at Rome last when he Napoli played. Uomo di merda, they were calling him. That's what it is. Spalletti is allenatore that vince per fortuna, this guy.
Okay, so you're expecting a win against Roma on Sunday?
Of course.
Okay, it's good. Let's take it over to Saudi Arabia, Rock Nation Husni. Husni, tell us, like, what are you expecting from the Napoli games, the Juventus games coming up, Inter games, obviously, because they're closer to us, and looking forward to Sunday's game.
Yeah, so for in the case of Napoli, I think we softened up Bologna quite badly because they have absences due to the red cards, and I don't know if Arnautovic is back. So this is the problem when we completely destroy a team, and then Napoli plays them next. So I would expect Napoli to actually get 3 points. So even the case of I think it's Inter against Empoli, I'm just not seeing them dropping points. Of course, it would be preferable, but I think this will be the round where everyone picks it up again. Looking ahead to the next game versus Roma, our team, the way that I see it, last week Roma could have beat us. That's how I see it. But this time, I don't think Roma has the upper hand. We got Diaz back. Theo got minutes today. So we're, except for Manyan, we're gradually getting back to our, you could say, first 10 players on the pitch.
That's a very good point, and we'll see. Like I love Steve saying during the podcast, "Weather the storm," and I love that saying. And Fabio, obviously, you know what? I'm gonna abuse of this because Presidente did this for us like months ago, and we completely forgot about it. So we're gonna overuse it until. So going to Long Island, Fabio from Long Island. What are you expecting from the Inter games, the Juve games, and how about our game on Sunday?
Well, I expect them to all lose points. You know, that would be nice. You got to put these good thoughts into the world so the universe can send it back. All right. I want somebody to lose points, somebody trip so we get a little further. Now, for Roma, I want all 3 points. I don't expect nonetheless. But the way we've been playing, I could see us dropping points this game. I don't think losing, but I can see us doing it. And then the bigger game, maybe looking a little too far ahead to look at Inter the following weekend. But to be honest, guys, I got to tell you, the Champions League has been a disaster. I agree with Tommy. The
disaster, Long Island, disaster.
That's right. And you know what? I would honestly hope Milan doesn't. I know you never want to wish your team to lose or not do well, but I'd rather them not go on or even play in the Europa League so we can focus on the Scudetto. I think that is the number one prize for us. We had it last year. We got to do it this year.
All right.
Well, honestly, I know Tommy said this earlier. I just want to address this. Let's just keep Ibrahimovic until he's 50. I love Ibra. I love him. I want him smacking everybody all day, every day. But not for $7-8 million. The reason why we have Kessie asking for $8-9 million is because they see Ibrahimovic and he's hardly playing, getting the top dollar. Even Romagnoli, he's the third guy on the line. He's making the most out of the defenders. We have to either start paying our better guys and be okay with this idea, or stop giving a 40-year-old $7-8 million when the guy who started today is half the salary of him. I mean, that's not sustainable for the future.
There's lots of things to fix up at Milan, but we have dropped the deficit, and seems like the latest rumors that they want to be investing 100 million to the team. We shall see. EJ, you're gonna get your own segue. Okay, relax, Fabio, relax. But EJ gets his own segue. Adesso andiamo a Svizzera, EJ from Sweden. How about you? Expecting any points from Inter, Juventus, Napoli, and thinking about the game on Sunday against Roma?
Well, for me, I'd rather focus on what Milan can do because that's where basically where we can expect them to perform. It's good that we got Theo some minutes now. At least we won't see him that rusty as he was earlier tonight, and have some rhythm going to his game. Brahim probably coming on in the second half, maybe. Really expecting them to do something here and win, get these 3 points because it's going to be very important to keep pace with all the other big teams in Italy right now. I agree with Fabio. As much as I'd love Milan back in Champions League, I'd rather not see them go back to Europa League. It's just really a waste of time. Uh, I I think this excursion to the Champions League is a really good experience for them. It's a very young team. I wasn't expecting them to win with against Liverpool, but they did a really good job nonetheless. And then we got La Casa de Papel in San Siro with Atletico, and then we played like shit in Porto. So this is a good learning experience. Hopefully, we get a better result in the next round. But for me, it's just focus on the big wins right now in the league with both Napoli and then Inter after. I sorry, not Napoli, Roma,
Roma and
because
Inter after, yeah.
yeah, because I think we need to really keep on padding our distance between the third, and then keep on cementing our position between first and second.
I like the thoughts of that, and you know what? We're gonna have to do it for Andre as well. So let's take it over to the motherland. Andre, how about you? How are you feeling about what is Inter gonna do? What is Napoli gonna do in next couple of days? And how are you feeling about Sunday's game against Roma?
Well, Juve has a home game against Sassuolo, which shouldn't be tough for Juve, I guess. Sassuolo is no longer the Zerbi team. And Napoli to Inter is not going to be a problem too. But Napoli to Bologna, guys, we're watching Bologna actually being two men down and give us some struggle on a home court. Okay, it's going to be a away game for them, but I think there's some good chances for Napoli to drop points. And this is what we're mostly looking for. Um, Against Roma, well, I don't know. I'm in doubt about Mourinho, even if it would be Roma fan, Romanista, I would be in big doubt about him. Looks like the team that is going out of his control. Maybe he wasn't under his control, and the minimum I should expect is a draw because we are not in good shape. But Diaz should come back, and I'm really, really waiting Rebic to come back. I
I
don't
like.
know. I don't like Ibra. I think Ibra is now more burden for Milan than a savior. I think whatever job he's done mentally is over. The team grew up. Honestly, the team grew up. We have new leaders. We have Calabria, who scores, who has actually pure captain looks for me. He really deserves the Bandiera. And we have some players. We have Theo Hernandez. I think they don't need any longer motivation because they have already core, and this core was established by Ibra, and now I think for Ibra it's the time to go. I agree with Fabio, it's not 7-8 million, it's not worth it, but I will go further. I think this should be the last season for Ibra.
All right. I know we've had a couple of comments on the YouTube not agreeing with us when we not that we trashed the Ibra last game. We just called him our flop of the match because we're expecting so much from him. And we shall see what Ibra brings us. I think a lot of us, with the salary and all that stuff, but we'll see what the season brings us. I'm gonna finish us off, gentlemen. With I'm gonna ask you a goal scorer and your dark horse of the match versus Roma. So, Gio, who, according to you, against Roma will score, and a dark horse? Who do you need? Who do you need to? I need a big game out of you, buddy.
Gore Tonali, and then I'm gonna need Salad to step up, man. Salad, stop eating them salads. Start eating some meat. Stop. I don't know what you guys start eating that pasta, man. Do something because I don't know what's going on with you. You're defending. He's all over the place. And I just want to say one thing about Ibra. He deserves a 7 million, Vinny, because he brings in the revenue with the shirts. That's the difference between get it, Kessie. You don't sell shirts, my dude. Dale Hernandez sells shirts. When Donnarumma is beating you in shirt sales, you have no right to ask for that salary. That's what it is. Economically, what do you bring? Yeah, you're a good player on the field, but economically, what do you bring to the club? That's the modern day football now. How many shirts do you sell? Dale Hernandez, he wants $6 million. Give it to him because he's behind Ibra, and he's going to overpass Ibra in the next coming years if he has still a good team when he's playing with France and they win Euros and a World Cup. So his value is going to skyrocket, and economically, that's how we got to start thinking about shirt
Okay.
sales and everything for salary.
People don't think about those kind of shirts. And I see Tommy waving his, nodding his head, saying yes, yes, yes. You agreeing with the Geo, Tommy, and
Absolutely. You know what? My guy who's going to score next week is to shut everybody who's bad mouthing him. I hope Ibra scores not one. I hope Ibra scores 2 goals.
okay.
2 goals, not
We're
one.
not bad
2.
mouthing him. We're just
No,
expecting more from him,
okay.
right?
Come si può. How do you? If it wasn't for Ibra, you think you were gonna be with this mentality today?
No,
Seriously talking.
Tommy, we're
No,
not
no,
debating that.
seriously talking.
We're expecting Ibra
Don't
showed
trash,
us.
don't trash. Do not
We're
trash
not
il libero del
trashing.
mio, è il libero di mio figlio. Don't trash Ibra at all.
We're not trashing Ibra. We're just saying is that we are expecting a little more from Ibra, and the last couple of
Don't worry,
games
he's gonna come
weren't
back. He's gonna
okay.
come
So you're
back
saying Ibra scoring 2 goals next game?
he's gonna destroy everybody.
Let's just put it this way, and I think it was Il Ras della Fossa. He said, "Il peggiore giocatore last game was Ibra, and he managed to have a goal and an assist." He goes, "Imagine if he was up on top," and he admitted he was the worst player on the pitch, and still had a goal and an assist. So imagine. So to you, you're saying that Ibra will score 2 goals, and who's your dark horse of the match, Tommy? Who has to
Me te
perform?
l'ho detto. Me, if it was up to me, this guy Cassie would be riding the bench.
Oh,
Riding the bench or la tribuna for the whole year. You don't want to renew the
I need a dark
contract?
horse, not who's going to ride the bench.
No, me ne fotta, beh. You don't want to renew the contract? You don't want to renew the contract? Perfetto. Don't renew nothing. Ma tu in tribuna sarai, in banchina,
Okay.
for the whole year.
I'm gonna
metto a posto tuo, ci metto Maldini e ci metto Benasser, ci metto pure uno della primavera. Ma tu sei finito.
Okay, I'm gonna finish off with you. Think of a.
I already have one.
You already have one. Okay, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm gonna let him. Tommy, who do
Un
you have for us?
traditore di merda che è andato all'Inter quest'anno.
Can you at least introduce to the people your segment? Jesus Christ, guys. Tommy, who do you have for us this week in cadaver history? Please go
Un
ahead.
traditore di merda che è andato all'Inter quest'anno credendo che vinceva lo scudetto, sto traditore di merda. Il turco Hakan, come cazzo si chiama? Cialanoglu, vede che non mi ricordo neanche più il nome perché non era tanto importante, tanto era un cadavere di merda, questo qua non valeva un cazzo. Cialanoglu, il grande cadavere di merda, l'uomo, il grande traditore.
So your cadaver and this week in cadaver is Rock Nation Hustling. You need to translate what Tommy just said, if you're going to be okay with that. But how about you? How about give me a goal scorer and your dark horse of the match for Sunday?
Yeah, I fully agree with Gio. I've captained Tonali on my fantasy team, so I want Tonali to score. In terms of the dark horse, if Bakayoko plays, I really hope that this is the game where he turns the corner. If not, he's just being a liability, being subbed on. I'm just worried, if he loses the ball, I'm thinking, oh, this might be the goal, and he's the cause of it. So he really needs to step it up. And the defenders, I think they have to be a bit careful the Roma game. I know Tammy Abraham hasn't scored in a while, but I'm just afraid that these are the sort of games where this guy all of a sudden becomes clinical.
That's a very good point. Tammy Abraham hasn't scored in a while, and I know he had that offside goal called off. But how about you, Fabio? Goal scorers for Sunday. Your dark horse match. What do you got?
Well, I hope Benacer is starting. I believe, like Tommy believes, Kessie needs to be riding the bench. I know he had a decent game today, but you don't want to sign that contract, get your ass on the bench, buddy. That's it. It should be Tonali and Benacer. And Benacer's getting better and better. I think even when he came on, they looked a lot better even today. So I'm a big fan of Benacer right now. And, dark horse, yeah, I want Ibra to score. I don't hate Ibra. I love Ibra. Thank God for Ibra.
We all do.
But put him
give him some role on the team. He doesn't need to be making $7-8 million. It just, we need to be using our money more. And I love Ibra, but $7-8 million for what? Hopefully he'll get 10 goals this year if he stays healthy.
Hey,
Jerusalem.
it's always better. It's better than whatever we had a couple of years ago.
We got
guys
Pellegrini, or whatever the hell his name is on the bench. This is what we have. So if it's not Giroud, if it's not Zlatan, Leao's had a great year, but is he going to do it every week? I think Leao is constantly. That's the thing with Rebic too. Like they're both playing really well, but Leao's like on another level this year. He always looks like he keeps trying. Today he took a couple of bozo shots. I was like, what the fuck?
Bozo the clown.
Like, if he shoots, like just hit it on target. It doesn't have to be this miraculous shot. The wow, big wind up and kick. He fucking hits the second deck. What are we gonna do with that? Just put it on net a couple of these games, and good things happen. Look, he shoots, he gets a deflection, he scores. Hopefully, we get 2 of those on Sunday. We win 2-0.
All right, I like it. And by the way, Tommy, I don't know if you ever saw Fuji's and Funyan. He made a video of you on YouTube, and it was to the entrance theme of Vader from WWF, and it was "It's time, it's time, it's Tommy time." And I posted it on Patreon. And after I saw Fuji's and Funyuns has a lot of time on his hands. He's actually made a podcast. I don't know if you guys saw. He made a parody podcast of Steve talking his love for Leao. But go take a look at his comments. Fuji, you know what? I need to find out who this guy is. I know he's from around Montreal. I know you. We're gonna find out. But EJ, how about you? Give us your goal scorers. Maybe a dark horse in a matchup for Sunday.
For me, the goal scorer, I would love it for it to be Calabria. I think he's been frothing for a goal for the past couple of games, so he's due one with all of the things that he's been doing.
He did score last game, right? That
yeah, but
goal.
I mean, with the amount of effort that he's been doing, it should be more than just one. For me, the dark horse, I would love to see a better performance from Maldini. For his own sake, I hope he finds a way to overcome this confidence thing that he seems to have when he's on the field where he's just not really being as active as he should be. Like, yeah. And I just also want to contribute on the Ibra discussion that Gio mentioned earlier. I agree. He's more than just a player right now for Milan in terms of giving a good mindset, and also the global reach of the team is helped a lot by him. And like here in Sweden, like Milan, apart from Juventus, is the only team that has advertisements all over the place because of Zlatan. So it's really very helpful to have a name that big here. He just needs a little bit more time to recover. He's been out for a while, and this is the same that what we experienced with Maldini is last season, whenever he would set out, and he just needs some more time to get into the groove of things. But he will be helpful for us in down the stretch of the season. So I'm keeping my faith.
I like that, Andre. I just saw your message. Yeah, dude, I just answered you. By all means, the more the merrier. But to Andre, how about you? Let's finish off with you. Your goal scorers of the match, and your dark horse of the match.
All right. First of all, let me put my comments on Mr. Tommy and Mr. Fabian. Okay. And unfortunately, you can't see me, but I was laughing when you were talking about Cassie. Come on, lads. You know, we have in a system of Pioli, we have 2 types of defensive midfielders. One of them is muscle guy of Cassie type player should be, and another one is Benacer type player, mobile, you know, like advanced ball winning midfielder. So we tried various of combinations and Benacer and Tonali at the same time, and it didn't work actually. It didn't work, guys, gentlemen. We have to be somebody with the muscles like Cassie. And do we like it or not, Cassie is still valuable and decent player. You know, if you put him on the bench, who are we going to use instead? Bakayoko?
It's photocopy. Bakayoko is just photocopy.
The only person which I would consider in January just to put Cassie on the bench, however, is to bring back Pobega. I don't know, guys. I like this guy. Look at his body structure. We can get something from him. Look at him. He really improved his muscles. I didn't see that even in the mid-season. Looked like he worked in gym. He had a pretty decent workout there. Coming back to your question, Winnie, it depends on the formation and lineup we have. If it comes Rebic, I think it's going to be, let's say, two goals by Milan. One of them is scored by Leao. Definitely sure. I have a confidence in this guy. Another one by either Rebic or Diaz, if they will come up. I really enjoy this guy. These three guys playing with each other, passing like they almost destroyed Liverpool with 3 minutes
Yeah.
with these awesome combinations.
I like it. I like it. And you know what, Andre? You know what? Take the time. You're starting a podcast yourself on Milan. You send me a message. Take the time. Promote, because it's all about the love of Milan. Go ahead. Unless you want Tommy as a guest.
Yeah, thank you very much. The friend of mine, we both Russian speakers, but he lives in Australia. He's also the big Milan fan, and we were always greedy about somebody called Winnie and Steve taking the place as the main podcasters. Media 7 years, if I'm not mistaken, taking the first poll in a Milan Weekly podcast, and we actually will try to overtake them one day. So we have launched the podcast. We already did the 4 episodes. The name of it is Milan on Fire. We called it, and we are publishing on Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, and basically it comes on Anchor FM, which is made by Spotify. So it's a free platform. So far, we're using it. Just subscribe, listen to us. We will come up every week surely, and maybe we will overtake Milan Weekly Podcast and make it double.
You know what? I love that, because I don't find that I love hearing stuff like that. And if Milan on Fire one day will take over Milan Weekly Podcast, for me, our job was well done. Because if we can give inspiration, or the want of doing these kind of podcasts, because guys, in the end, it's not about competition. It's about spreading the Milan love in the English, right? Look at this. Andre from Russia, another one of his Russian friends from Australia, talking about Milan. I love it. And we'll fight it out in the 12th round, Andre. How's that?
Andre.
Yeah, sure.
Me, you, and
This
IFTV. Oh,
Yeah. That's we are. Yeah.
there we go. There we go.
I made this logo. Yeah.
If you want to invite Tommy will be available, and you just have to do Google Translate for Tommy, because he might go from English to Italian to Tommy. You're what?
Tommy.
Calabrese?
Tommy, no way, Tommy, no way.
No, you don't want Tommy on the podcast.
No, I like him, but unfortunately, I don't speak Italian.
You don't speak Italian. Unfortunately, we can't control Tommy. Gentlemen,
I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Andre, congratulations. Good luck. Best of luck to you on that stuff. To EJ,
Thank
you for your first ever time here, live from Sweden.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. Gio, that we were convinced that your jersey was from the 90s, but you told us from the early 2000s. Tommy, it's in perfect condition. Look at that. It's just in perfect condition. And I will say, even you, Tommy, the historian, thought it was in the 1990s. And the Gio put you back in place, and he said it was from the early 2000s.
I grandi anni di Ancelotti, sempre un piacere.
Okay, so there we go. But gentlemen, thank you so very much for joining us. We will get back together. Look at Fabio with his Çalhanoğlu t-shirt. The new Milan Weekly Podcast t-shirt is coming out soon. We've been trying to print
That's
it.
what
It'll
I was
come out
going to ask
exactly.
you, Vinny.
It is coming out, but Sonny wasn't impressed with the printing, so he's changing the graphics. He needs to make sure that the stuff comes out. But if only we would have a jersey or a shirt that looks as good as Rock Nation Husney's jersey. Nobody has these. Rock Nation Husney, get up and show your jersey with guys. Who's got the baller? Who's got the baller edition? Tommy, would you get a baller edition Milan jersey? You look like a baller.
Why not?
Why not? He looks like a baller, gentlemen. But guys, thank you so very much for joining us. Have yourselves a good evening. Forza Milan, and especially on the Sunday, hopefully Napoli, Inter, Juventus, they lose some points.
La Juventus deve perdere.
Okay, so we'll see tomorrow against Sassuolo. Tommy's gonna have a lot to say if Juventus loses or tie tomorrow. But guys, il Juventus di Allegri è tornato. That's what we've been told. Right?
Sì, Allegri. giocava col Milan, li faceva giocare come degli asini. E fa peggio ancora con la Juventus. Sto merdoso di
To
merda.
Andre, to
E
EJ.
he has to only remember where he came from, perché se non era per il Milan e per il grande Berlusconi, questo qui era un allenatore di Serie C.
EJ understood. It's just going like this. But yes, so welcome to your Milan Weekly Podcast Italian lessons. But gentlemen, have yourselves a good night. Ovunque e sempre.
Forza
Forza
Milan.
Milan.
Forza Milan, guys.
Ciao,
Ciao.
ciao.
Ciao.